Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and this video is a special channel update for February of 2026. Let's get rolling. You know what? No, skip the song today. I've got too much to go over and not enough time to do it. There won't be a ton of visuals in this video, but I'm going to try and do my best here. But I've got a lot of big topics to cover. I want to go over the contest winners for Dune Imperium, give you a quick update on coffee and some of the things I want to do there. I have a small update about Board Game Geek, and then I'm going to reveal the project that I have been and am currently still working on that is keeping me away from the channel for longer than I'd like. But I've got details for you today. So let's start with the Dune Imperium contest. First, thank you very much to everyone who participated. I would call it a success. I was really happy with it, and I'm glad I got to share some games with some other people. So first, the grand prize winner, their name was Dennis. So congrats, Dennis. Dennis chose, again, there were multiple things you could choose from. The grand prize winner could pick any three. So the options were the Dune Imperium base game, Dune Imperium Uprising base game. Either of those comes with the promo packs as well, promo pack 1 or promo pack 2. And then the expansions, there was Rise of Ix, Immortality, Bloodlines, and then I threw in the box of minis as well. And so Dennis chose the original Dune Imperium with promo pack 1, as well as Bloodlines and the box of minis. So that was an eclectic choice, but I applaud it. So congrats, Dennis. Thanks for participating. And then as a reminder for that contest, I'd offer to have a second prize winner for every $100 that I was able to raise on coffee during the month of January 2026. And we raised more than 100, less than 200. So that meant there was one second prize winner. And so I picked a second prize winner, and I emailed them, I think, 5 times over the course of a week from 2 different email accounts, and they never responded to everything. So I had to, after that, let them know, like, okay, that's fine, no hard feelings. Picked another second prize winner, and that second prize winner was Rob. So for the second prize winner, they had the same options, but they could pick any one box. And so Rob went with the box of minis as well. So it's kind of funny that both winners picked minis. The one thing that I didn't have much interest in personally, just because I'm not really a minis person, and the one thing I didn't show on the channel. But that's okay. So I'm glad I got to share some Dune Imperium with some folks. Those prizes have all been delivered at this point. So congratulations to Dennis as well as Rob, and thank you again to everyone who participated. That was super cool. I think by far my favorite part was seeing all of the shelfie pictures that everybody sent in. So if you didn't get a chance to look at those, if you go to my YouTube page, if you go to the Table for One channel, you can go to posts and look at all the posts that I put out in January, and you'll see pictures of all the shelfies everyone sent in, and those were super cool. So I appreciated that. I really liked getting to see not just the collections themselves, but that was cool too. Like, what games did we all have in common? And then what were the games that were kind of unique to each individual, but also how did people decide to group those games? And then just the general layout as well, what everybody's, gaming space looked like. So that was really fun for me. I hope you enjoyed it too. So that wraps up the Dune Imperium contest. Thank you again to everyone who participated. That was really fun. Next, I want to give a quick update on coffee. Again, I've got a coffee page, ko-fi. There's a link in the corner in the description. You can head over to coffee anytime, and you can make a contribution to the channel. Let me maybe quickly run through my philosophy on how I'm trying to fund this channel. It is monetized through YouTube, but I don't play any mid-video ads, and on channel updates like this, I don't put ads at the beginning either. But typically, my videos will have ads at the beginning that YouTube puts on there, and that's all. I won't interrupt the viewing of the video and the enjoyment of the video, the flow of the video, to put advertisements. So I'm committed to doing that. And then I have the coffee page, which is kind of like a Patreon. It's a similar idea, and it's sort of just like a digital tip jar. And so if you have the desire and the means to make a contribution to Table for One, that is the way to do it. But that being said, I don't put anything behind paywalls. I don't do any early releases. I don't have any membership perks, because I want people who don't have those means or that ability to contribute to have the same access to everything that everybody else has. So if you can do that, I really, really appreciate it. And so on coffee, I have set up, in case you don't know, the ability to contribute monthly. You can set up recurring contributions if that's something you like to do. But whether it's monthly or one time, you can go as little as $1 or so. So the threshold's not very high. And then I'm trying to get the ability to accept Stripe as well, in case that's easier for some folks. So I'm working through that at the moment. And then just for the fun of it, I'm wondering about maybe putting in the beginning of each of my videos, during the intro session or something, like a leaderboard of where we're at for that calendar year, of like the top 3 or the top 10 contributors to Table for One. So maybe that would just be a fun way to make a little competition out of it. But in the past, I've used those funds to do things like fund the whole Dune Imperium series, as well as the contest that I just talked about. But those funds have also gone to things like reimbursements for lighting kits, and I still haven't paid off the camera yet. Software fees, all those sorts of things. But the two things on my radar right now to use coffee funds for are first, next week, because this video I'm recording should come out tomorrow, which would be February 27th. That's a Friday. Next Tuesday, which is March, I want to say 3rd of 2026. The crowdfunding campaign for The Old King's Crown is launching, and I didn't realize at first that had a solo mode, but it does, and I'm super intrigued with it. And based on some of the feedback that I got from the Dune Imperium contest, because I had a couple poll questions in there, it seems like a lot of the viewers of this channel are interested in seeing The Old King's Crown as well. So I know that they've said in the US, the base game will be $70 plus shipping on this campaign, and then there's going to be expansions as well. So I'd like to get as much of that stuff as possible. So anything that comes in March of 2026 will go towards The Old King's Crown, and hopefully I can make that happen. And beyond that, I've been talking to several of you who have asked for this, but I've talked to other board game YouTubers about how they accomplish it. It's like some sort of side table with a green screen where I could, like zoom in on cards and things that you might want to see more detail on. So I'd like to. That's probably the next thing that I want to purchase for the channel, just to make it a little bit easier to see some of those things. So again, if you have the desire and the means to make a contribution to Table for One, that's the sort of stuff I'm looking at doing with it. So just to sort of keep you informed. So let's move on. The next thing, this one's just really quick, but I am in the process of getting a Microbadge approved for Board Game Geek. If you're on Board Game Geek, you can get a Table for One Microbadge, hopefully soon. So I will be sure to mention that in a video once it comes out. But it's in the approval process right now, so I'm pretty excited about that. I think that's fun. So it just lets you put a little micro badge under your avatar that says Table for One fan, and it's got the little logo. I think that's a fun thing to do, so I just wanted to mention that here as well. But finally, I've got my big announcement to make. As I said in my channel update video, in January of 2026, I was going to have to take a little bit of time off as I wrap up a big board game related project. I said I was working on an expansion that is coming to crowdfunding, and I need to wrap it up, so that's why I haven't been making videos the last 2 months. I've still got a little bit of work ahead of me, but I will get back to my normal release schedule. I promise that. So thank you for being patient and hanging on. That's very cool of you. But I can confirm now that the project I've been working on is The Last Novarch. It is a campaign expansion for 1 to 2 players to Voidfall. So I'll say off the top, I am not an employee of Mind Clash Games. I'm not an official representative of Mind Clash Games. Anything I say is unofficial. But you can find the page on Board Game Geek. You can take a look. If you go find your own Voidfall box and you look at it, there's 3 names on that box. There's Nigel Buckle and David Turtsey, who are the 2 designers, and it'll say artwork by Ian O'Toole. If you go on Board Game Geek and look at the box for The Last Novarch, there's going to be 1 more name on it, and that one is me. So I can't thank the folks at Mind Clash enough and express enough gratitude for the opportunity to work on this project. It has been awesome. I've been working on it a long time. Some designer diaries are going to come out, so I'm not going to get into too much detail right now. But this is being launched on March 17. That's when the Kickstarter starts for this expansion. So there are 2 boxes in this Mind Clash Voidfall expansion. There is Voidfall Resurgence, which is the main expansion. It's kind of what you would expect of typical expansion content. And then separately, there is The Last Novarch, which is a campaign expansion for 1 to 2 players. And then they're also doing a reprint of the Galactic box of the original Voidfall game. And there's also an upgrade pack. If you have the retail version of Voidfall, you can upgrade it to the Galactic box version. So if you're new to Voidfall, you can kind of get the base game and then get expansions. If you already have Voidfall, you can upgrade it if you've got retail, or if you're happy with what you've got, you can get Resurgence, or you can get The Last Novarch, or you can get both. It's up to you. But the Last Novarch is for 1 to 2 players. It is a campaign style. It is base game compatible, so if you have just the base game, you can still play it. There'll be a handful of missions you won't have access to because they use the content from the expansion. So it was designed in parallel with the expansion, but can be played without it if that's what you want to do. Personally, I recommend playing with the expansion. I think it's more fun that way. But again, 1 to 2 players. It has full drop-in, drop-out support. So you can start with just one player and then add another player in a couple missions in, and then maybe they can't make it to one of your game nights. So then you can just play the next mission solo, and then they can come back later. You can go back and forth as much as you want. So I try to be flexible in that manner to make it a little bit easier to play. And at this moment, we'll see if it stays this way, but there are 29 total missions in the campaign. You don't play all 29 in one playthrough. That would be a lot of Voidfall. But you'll play between 6 and 11 missions, and you've got some control over how many you're going to play, and you get to make some choices along the way. So there's a high replayability because you're not going to play every mission each time you play through the campaign. And then it's got sort of this branching mini storyline in the background. There's kind of like the main storyline, but then each of the houses has its own story, and each mission you play is going to have multiple endings. And then depending on sort of the end state of the game, each of the houses can end the game in multiple different states, and you get like a different epilogue for each house for how they sort of ended up at the end of this particular playthrough. So there's a ton of content to unlock. So I was the main designer on this, as well as the writer. I've written all the story. So those are the things I'm wrapping up right now. And then some of you may know I did a fan-made campaign for Voidfall back when Voidfall first released in 2023. It was called The Palace of False Prophets. It's available for free on table4one.games. That is super broken. And my intent was always to go back and fix it, but I haven't fixed it because I've been working on this campaign. So if you have played Palace of False Prophets, or if you go download it and play it now, and you find that it's way too easy because the power curve is not correct over the course of that campaign, don't let that be a reflection of the last Novarch, because I learned those lessons. And then on top of that, once I kind of did what I wanted to do with the campaign, then we brought in the original designers of Voidfall. David Turtsey and Nigel Buckle took a look at it, as well as other designers and developers over at Mindclash who have worked on Voidfall, and we got a bunch of eyes on it and then tightened everything up so that it works really well. So I could not be more excited for this to come out. If you've got questions about the campaign, let me know in the comments. I will answer what I think I reasonably can. But some of that is maybe better for the Board Game Geek forums, or even for the Kickstarter. Some of these questions I'll have to leave to Mindclash as well. And just a minor note, just to put this out there as well, working on this campaign, I was paid a flat rate, so I'm not getting like any commission or anything, whether or not you order this campaign, this campaign expansion during the crowdfunding, or if you go and order it later if it's available from like the Mindclash store. So just as a sort of disclosure, I'm not profiting off of the individual sales of these things. So me saying, hey, go out and back it on Kickstarter is just me being excited for the game that I worked on. But it's going to be super cool. Can't wait for you to try it. And with all that information out there in public now, I think what I will likely do over the next couple of weeks as I try and start getting some more videos back out, I'm going to have to work up to it. But I've actually gotten some good Voidfall questions that I have not covered in my rules refresher videos yet. So I'd like to get a couple more rules videos out just to help people out who are going to be new to Voidfall as this new crowdfunding is launching. And then I might also want to do another tutorial playthrough and maybe the first level on easy with lots of talking about the decision space, just to kind of help people as this campaign is launching who are maybe new to this IP and wondering, well, what is this game all about? How does it play solo? What's the decision space? I think those are some things I'd like to release. But beyond that, I've also started planning out my rough release schedule for other content, stuff that I think that you're interested in. Definitely a lot of old favorites that I want to get back to. There's a handful of games that are new to the channel that I want to make sure that I take care of those too. So lots of good stuff coming, and I appreciate your patience as I wrap up this game design odyssey that I've been on. So your support for me and for Table for One is, as always, greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. So that's what I've got this time, and I look forward to putting some more solo playthroughs, rules refreshers, and unboxings on the channel as soon as I can. So take care, enjoy your month, and happy gaming.